Hi everyone. Next week we're going to have a go at Screenprint. So Isaac and I got together today and basically we ripped off a Screenprint artist. You can guess who it is for next week. So this is our key drawing, which is the beginning of starting the whole print, just a pencil drawing on paper. Then this is the first layer of tracing paper on top, and we've drawn some shapes on with opaque ink and a brush. They're going to be solid. The next layer has some paper stencil, the H is cut and the Y is torn, and we've stuck them on with Pritt stick onto another layer of tracing paper. And the next layer has got different drawing materials, so oil crayon, a red pen and a fine line, and all on another layer of tracing. That's going to be one colour. When you put them all on top of each other, they look like this. So we've got 3 layers on top of each other. The first thing we did was to mix up our colours. We've got a straight yellow, 50-50. We've got a red with a bit more base in it than colour, so it's a bit transparent. And we've got quite a dark blue. All of them we found on the shelf, so we've just tweaked them a bit. We haven't mixed them from fresh. So we've made a screen. We've put the ink drawing and the paper stencil on the same screen. Here we are, ready to go. I'm going to print the yellow first. Here's Isaac mixing up the colour. Got a sheet of plastic laid on the bed, and that's to help you register where you're going to print. So that's the screen flooded with the ink, all ready to print. He's going to take that roll away, which has been keeping the frame above the bed, so that he can now put the frame down on top of the plastic and print. So now pushing the ink through the fabric of the screen onto the plastic, flooding it back to keep it damp. So the plastic is your registration sheet. You print on it and then you push your paper underneath it and get things in the right place. And there we are, pushing the key drawing underneath and lining it up, drying the ink on the plastic so that when we push it back it's not going to get on the bed. There we are, that's the plastic folded back. There's a key drawing, making a registration around that. That's where it's got to be. Taking that off, putting a piece of newsprint on, and now printing onto newsprint first. So newsprint's just cheap paper you can try things out on. So there's a print on the newsprint just to check it's printing well, which it is. Now put a proper piece of paper in. Make sure you've got a little cross in the corner, and you always line that corner up to the same mark. And there's the image printed. So we've printed a whole load of these ready for you all to have one each and make your own print. So the next thing is to turn the bed off, clean up, scrape up as much ink as you can into the pot, scrape it off the squeegee and wash down the screen just with water and a sponge. You need to do it from above and from below. Make sure you get all the ink out, and also wash the plastic so that the ink will actually come off and you can reuse it. And then we're drying it here with some paper towel. So Isaac's cleaning the plastic, and then he's going to lift it up and fold it over, fold it back, and he'll clean the bed, make sure there's no ink left so it's really clean for the next time you print. So we're going to go on and print the blue now. I'm going to have a go at this. I'm mixing up some blue ink, and I've got the screen set up, putting the tape underneath just to keep the screen off the bed a little bit, putting some ink on, pushing it through and printing it onto the plastic, and then I'll lift it up and flood it back. So there it is, there's a H on the plastic, and then I'm going to be pushing the key drawing underneath, and I'm going to line up that same corner with a cross on it, make a little registration so the paper goes in the same place every time. That's really important. This print's got a mark on it. Don't know how that happened, never mind. I'm going to keep it because it's useful to have a few spares. Drying the plastic off, taking the key drawing away, putting a bit of newsprint in just to have a go on and printing, and then I put the real paper in. So when this is lifted, you'll see the real paper. It's flooding back the ink now. There we are, and there's the print. So now we've got 2 layers on. Now there's a very bad flood. Half of it didn't get flooded. Those ends didn't get enough ink. So you need to make sure that you flood your ink back properly, or you get a kind of a half image. So I'm cleaning up the ink, scraping it off the squeegee, putting the lid on, and now I'm going to start cleaning up that and put the ink back onto the shelf and get a bucket of water. And here we go, more cleaning. Lots and lots of cleaning with Screenprint, I'm afraid. Okay, so Isaac's about to print the red now. He's going to turn the screen round, so he wants the Y nearest him so he doesn't have to reach as far. So he's unclipped it, taken it out, turned it round, put it back in, clipped it up, and there's the red ready to go. So he's lifted it up and he's flooding the screen, and then he's printing it onto plastic, lifting it up, and there should be the red on the plastic. He's putting the key drawing back underneath to line it up. He's going to dry the plastic so the red doesn't go everywhere. Folded the plastic back. That's just a bit of newsprint just to try things out on, and there's the real print. So that's been lined up, looks good, we've printed it. Cleaning up the ink, scraping it all off, more washing, more cleaning. And here's the rack of finished prints that we've made today. We've made about 60. Not quite finished actually, because it's over to you now to put the middle part of the print in. That's what you're going to be doing next week. So there's the artwork for it. It's on the UV unit ready to be exposed. We've put a screen on that's emulsioned. That's laid on top of the image. The artwork is face up and reading the right way round. Goes into the machine, gets clipped on, turned on, exposed, washed off, and there's the lettering ready to go. And today we made 3 of these screens, 3 identical screens, so that 3 of you at a time can come in and print the middle bit of that print and finish it off, and then you get to have a print each. So do have a look at the Screenprint website, the links on the project I gave you, and we really look forward to seeing you next week and getting on with some screen printing. Thanks.